Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, if you're new here or if you're a returner, we're going to be working on the walls, medieval style walls, aggressive walls, as well as some towers. Didn't like my original one, so we have redesigned it completely. So we're basically getting the floor plan and rebuilding the towers, which was a nightmare. So if you want to see that, make sure you stick around and you might get some ideas for your own medieval city. Also, if you're new here and you like Minecraft tips, builds, time lapses, I would highly recommend you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a beat. We also have a private Discord, link is in the description if you want to talk to me directly or share your epic builds. And lastly, this build itself, we live stream the build twice per week. If you want your input live, link schedule is in the description. So we're going to jump over to a little bit of a time lapse where I'm going to do a little bit of a commentary about how much of a nightmare this was. No, seriously, it was an absolute nightmare. So I'll see you over there. And here we go. So the first thing we're doing is watching it absolutely spaz out because I didn't realize the character was where the land loaded out from here. So it kind of looked a bit freaky like this, but it calms down after a while, trust me. I use sand to literally level the whole land just to make sure all the crevices fill in, because I had a big problem before where I didn't use sand and there was a lot of holes underneath my city. So when you're walking around it, all you hear is like stuff underneath it all the time. So use sand, completely fill in all the gaps. Okay, as you can see, I'm building the walls. The whole point of what I'm doing here is just fully getting my ground, where I'm laying everything out, getting the city enclosed in, and really working with this level. We have another level on the other side of the island, but we're not working on that right now. So I placed down all the walls, even though I redesigned them. Here I placed a tower, which is way too big. So every single, obviously, section is going to have its own little tower, all with different sizes. I don't want everything to be perfect. I'm basically making this as I go, chopping and changing as I go. And the whole kind of challenge is actually making this look good with what I have. Okay? So my building style is developing as I do this, okay? As you can see, the top section where the inn is, we're going to be flattening that down into one section. Coming down, as you can see here now, we're going to build the steps going right down. Not adding too much detail as of yet, because I just want to get the baseline structure. All of this was done live during one of my live streams. If you want to come to that and build live with me, well, build live as I build, link is in the description. And if you are liking this form of content, please make sure you subscribe. If you do get something out of this, bit of entertainment, maybe a bit of tips, make sure you like and subscribe to make sure you see more. And of course, that notification bell. So I completely redesigned the walls here, okay? And I spent a lot of time making sure this is exactly what I want, because this is what I was going to copy and paste everywhere else because I just wasn't happy. So here we go. We start really developing on the fine details. Honestly, Minecraft is a game where it's really hard to get to that point where too much small details makes it look bad, in my opinion. So I just keep adding, and I get what now. I know there's one thing a lot of people are going to say, there isn't enough green here. That will all be added afterwards. I'm going to be adding vines to the walls. I'll be adding probably trees onto the walls, trees all around the city, maybe a greenery area. Right now, baseline, okay? Making towers, my god, I forgot how difficult it was. So as you can see, really destroying it, rebuilding it, destroying it, rebuilding it multiple times to get exactly, and we'll go over a little run through at the end here just to give you a bit more of a finer look at everything. Then we start getting to the copy and pasting, and it was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Nothing matched up, so I had to do so much rebuilding. All of this that you're seeing right now took me about 5 hours, I'd say. Copy and pasting across the whole wall. Nothing worked out the first time, had to do it again. And yeah, all the land outside is a bit mashed, but we fixed that at the end here, along with all the end of the towers. This part here, again, we had to completely redesign these towers, copy and paste them in, and then we're going to make another wall going into the city as well. So it's almost like, again, like a tiered layer approach, like Minas Tirith or something. Even though Minas Tirith, is that why they call it Minas Tirith? Because there's multiple tiers. Oh my god. But as you can see, really going into the micro details with a lot of things here. Because this is kind of the finished product of the wall. It's not fully done yet, but as you can see, I made everything a lot bigger in relation to the bottom port, or the bottom section where those dry docks. I know they're not really dry docks, but that's what I call them. Here we had to completely redesign the tower because this tower was actually bigger than the rest of them. So I copied and pasted one over for reference, and I just went to town because this one was 5 blocks wide as for a cylinder, where the other one was 4 blocks. So that was pretty crushing, to say the least. So now I'm just going around fixing all the fine details, fixing the land, adding the flags everywhere. Almost done with today's episode. We're going to do a quick recap after this little spot, fixing the land, and boom, done. And here we have the finished product. So we're going to do just a small little run through. Again, the whole point of this episode was really get an idea of the floor plan, okay? Really get fine on those walls, because I was just not happy with the way the walls looked. So let me know what you think of these walls. I think they're a lot more aggressive looking. I think they do really fit into the theme of the what we've built so far. So again, these are going to be spread obviously everywhere as well. We've only done one section of the city, or one kind of quadrant of the city. This is one quadrant. Of course, we're going to have to divide it up into different sections. We have so much room to work with. I'm thinking we need a very, very big cathedral and a few other big epic time lapses to fill this up like I did before. As you can see, all of this will be filled in, but we have this quarter or quadrant of the city. We have one over here we haven't even touched yet, and then of course we have like King's Landing, or you know, whatever we're going to have up there, big castle. This section of course as well will need to be fixed, but my big goal right now was to really nail down the look of the walls, the look of the towers, and get ourselves a floor plan. So once and in saying that, guys, what way do you think I should divide up this city? I obviously, we're thinking different districts. There's going to be a poor district, a little bit more of a rich district. There'll be slums eventually. There'll be a place for food. Outside the city, I will do all that in relation to, you know, crops and stuff. We obviously need a religious part. We'll probably break it up into maybe one part to be like a little thieves guild, which would be underneath the city, a little warrior place, you know, all that sort of jazz. But you guys let me know, leave your suggestions in the comments below. But more importantly, what you guys think. I think this looks pretty bloody epic right now. We have our walls. We have everything laid out. We just need to fill it now. Well, of course we need to fill in these little gaps, but we'll get to those eventually. But now is the fun part. It was an absolute nightmare to get these walls right. Absolute nightmare to copy and paste them. I had to basically rebuild most of them. The copy and paste just did not work as it was supposed to. But guys, if you like this shorter form content, if you like the way the city is going, please like the video. And if you're new here, and if you obviously want to see this expand and you want to get some tips yourself on Minecraft, or even share yours, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so you are notified when we update. Okay? We also have a private Discord, which is in the description if you want to talk to me directly. But guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace.